So it came to a point where I said, okay, fine, God, you love me. But why labantu baqhubeka bangidelela?
It affected me a lot. Ngangifila ngathi ngazi ngayigamula ngibe a little short because people kept on saying, no, you're way too tall for a girl.
So until one day umfundisi wakule bandla athi there's a young beautiful lady oculayo. One word captured my mind was beautiful. I was like, am I beautiful?
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, and if you are new, welcome to a channel for young Christian minds. So today we are talking about how has faith helped my dear friend here deal with skin color and body size bullying. Okay, let me introduce her. Her name is Nothando Mngomezulu. So I think we're just gonna go straight into it. Let's start by you, usichazele just briefly about your story. Just a summary of your story.
Okay, sinyowa sekashilo kuNomonde ukuthi nginothando. I don't know where to even start. But nje since ngikhula, I've been dealing with being bullied by people ngenxa ye skin color and my body size. So it hasn't been easy. Do you know ukuthi usithi yandlula bahleke, and the moment bahleka it just lowers the self-esteem. In a way yokuthi nawe uzusibone vele usuyilento abayishoyo, even when you are trying so hard to pull up yourself, but vele kube nzima. Uyayazi lento ukuthi ngisho undlula mhlawumbe umuntu athi why wena nayo intombi yakho wena amunye athangaza ungijwayela kabi wena yabole kubaxabana ngenxa yakho, and uyabona ukuthi hayi why kwabanye umuntu mangabe athi nayo intombi yakho umunye avela ajabule yabo, mara kimi manje sekuyaliwa umunye angamjwayeli kabi yabo. So lento leyo inhliziyo ibihlala ibhlungu every day. Ukubhulisha it started from grade 5 where bekuyimina ngedwa intombazane yayimnyama eklasini. So imina ngentombazane emnyama, yimi intombazane eyisidudla. We understand ukuthi kuneyilenda zimhlophe yabo, of which was a privilege for them. So nje yabo ukuthi noma ngabe thi mhlawumbe ngiyakhuluma vele bazothi ayithula wena mnyamane yabo, lento le vele ibingahlali kahle.
How has the bullying and the teasing and everything that you've just talked about affected your self-esteem and confidence? Affected kanjani, like in just a way, maybe even nanendlela ogqoka ngayo, or in just a different place maye kuyo i-confidence yakho affected kanjani yonke lento le?
Ntombithi ngafected kakhulu yazi, ingafected ngendlela yokuthi bengize ngingasazi nokuthi yini engifanelayo mina njengesidudla, yini ebukeka right kimi yabo. Even if uthi impahla ngibonile igqoko omunye, but when it comes to me sekumele ngiyigqoke ngizoba nalokuthi bazothini, bazovele bangihleka abantu ini. So lokho kungihlukumeze ngendlela yokuthi benganabo ngisho abangani, bese ngisaba ngisho nokuthi ngisocialize nabantu yabo, like bengisaba ukuthi ngizihethe, because like whenever I'm trying to socialize with them abanye bavele bangiphushele away yabo. And some bazovele bakutshela emehlweni uthi hayi wena uyaspoil egroupini yethu ini yabo, like you can see uthi na so clama and stuff yabo. So lokho bekuvele kube buhlungu, I don't wanna lie, and it's something engayifiseli omunye umuntu, vele kube nje too much to deal with.
As a Christian, did you ever blame God? Like, did you ever reach to a point where you're like, but God, why did you make me this way? Why did you create me this way? Because now I'm suffering all this pain because of the way you made me look.
A lot of times. There was a time where I would just go and stay alone and pray. But in the middle of my prayer, ngizovele ngime and then start talking to myself. But in my mind, since God is everywhere, which means He is here, and uyangizwa lento eyishoyo yabo. So it came to a point whereby ngimtshela ukuthi why mina kanti ngangikwenzeni, why kwamele mina ngibe inhlekisa ebantwini. Eceleni kwakhona I didn't understand, bengazi ngoNkulunkulu ne. So it came to a point where ngajoyina elinye isonto. I don't remember correct, but it was Salvation of Christ, if I'm not mistaken. And then ngahamba yakhona ngihamba inkonzo zama teenagers. So I loved singing. Yes, I'm not a good singer, but I loved singing a lot. So like I used to sing, and whenever ngicula, everything is available. Yabo, like it would play ngathi a movie emehlweni nami yabo. And it came to a point where ngivele ngikhale yabo. Some people bebana lokuthi okay ngoba uyacula maybe like usemoyeni and stuff yabo. I'm not there. Ngicabanga inkinga zami at a young age, yabo. So until one day umfundisi wakule bandla athi there's a young beautiful lady oculayo and she was singing for us. And I was like, one word captured my mind. It was beautiful. I was like, am I beautiful?
Yeah, he's probably not talking about me.
Yeah.
That
was what I was saying. And I'm like, no, maybe it's not me. And then he just called me. And my young was like, and then and then I felt like a human being again. I was like, okay. So she's even like so one day I ngabuyela khona ngakhuluma nomphathi wabantu abasha and then ngamchazela yabo. So yena angitshela ukuthi you don't need to go outside uyofuna uthando whereas there is God. God is love. So when ufuna umuntu ozokuthanda you just go to him. Ngaqala ngahamba isonto nje izinto eningi sengisenze esontweni yabo. Mara the bullying ayizange ize imi. So it came to a point where I said, okay fine, God, you love me. Kuwe nothing is impossible. But why labantu baqhubeka bangidelela ngalendlela lena if when you are here with me. So that's when I started questioning God. You were like, why me? Bengikwenzeni? Okay, if there's something I did wrong, why ungangitsheli? Let me rectify my mistake.
So, I love that you're talking about the why. Ukuthi lokuthi uyavuma ukuthi you've been in a point where umbuzo uNkulunkulu ukuthi why. And I feel like I'm a Christian amaningi, you don't want to talk about these things where we are going through situations and you literally just like, God, why? Figure that point empilweni, whether you're a Christian, whether you're not. Noma ngabe you're on fire for God. I've been a Christian for more than 10 years now, but I still get those points where I'm like, God, why is this happening to me? Why is this? It's a human nature, to figure when you go through situations where you feel like God has just ungiyekile akanginakanga. Figure that part yokuthi uthi Nkosi, but why me? So I love le part yokuthi uyayisho le part yokuthi wafika to that point yokuthi Nkosi, why kanti mina? Why if ungithanda? Why abantu bangangamukeli? Why this? Why that? So how do you feel about yourself now?
Now I feel amazing.
Okay.
Now I feel great. Like now there's nothing or there's no one can tell me bad things and need hard. Because now I just love myself more than anything.
Okay.
Now ngiyema nasesibukweni ngiyibonge like
Suraman.
And I got to a point where understand ikhala yami. Yabo, okay, ngimnyama, it's fine. Bamhlophe, it's still okay. Yabo. Lobu mhlophe babo, bu right kubo. Nagimi, bu right bumnyama bami. Yabo. So if mina ngizoqhubeka feeling sorry for myself, which means ngithi mina uNkulunkulu wenza iphutha, because God akanayo mistake. Yonke into akayenzayo so ane purpose yakhona. So nginana ukuthi nje it's okay, ngimnyama, okay, ngisidudla, it's fine. But I just love myself. And the most important thing ukuthi uNkulunkulu mangabe engithanda, that's what is important. Abantu they can do whatever they do. Mina akusangifaki lokho. But now I just feel yabo ngisho noma ngihamba Nomonde ngiyazizwa mani ngisho ukuthi hayi minazi intombi yami Mngomezulu seyikhulile. Yabo. So it got to a point where nami ngizibona njengamanye amantombazane because ngisho nasekhanda ngangigunda. Ngangivele ngimubi so
sikuphi isidingo.
Ngangasibona isidingo sokwenza ikhanda but now yabo nje sengishintsha neyidayera sengiyabona ukuthi okay not amikele and muhle.
So ungathi ufike kanjani to a point where you're like, you know what, it's fine. Would you say Christianity has played a role? Would you say Christ has played a role? Would you say getting to know God has played a role? Ekutheni finally ube nokuthi yazi it's fine. This is how I am and I'm gonna love who I am.
A lot. Yazi so lokho ngaqala ukuba iChristian ne, that's where ngathola khona ithuba lokuthi ngizi understand mina, ngizithande mina, because besinalokuba neinkonzo zabantu abasha or zama teenagers yabo. There was a time where la sasikhuluma khona ngokuthi how can you live a vibrant life as a Christian, as a young Christian. You can be happy ngaphandle kokuthi usebenza izinto zomhlaba yabo, ngaphandle kokuthi ngize ngiveze umzimba wami kube kubonakala nami ukuthi ngiyintombazane nani but ngisesengaba happy yabo. So ever since ngiwa nalezo inkonzo lezo kuba nalezo ifundo, so nami I get to know kunesikhathi la ngicabanga khona ngibe like okay okay, ngiyazama ukuyibeka phambili but ibullying ayistop yabo. So angivele ngingabi nandaba, so angikwazi ukuyishintsha ngenxa yabantu ukuthi bakhuluma bathini.
And that's what Christ does. That's what Christ does. Makafika empilweni yomuntu, he makes the changes on the inside. Because I feel like another problem iba sekutheni, you're not good on the inside. Because it was never about the people bullying you, but it was also about you na ungafili kahle on the inside. Because once you start getting okay on the inside, you can care less ukuthi abanye abantu bathini. Not that it will happen automatically, but as you go step by step uzoba nokuthi it's fine. Mina I've had years, Nothando, I've had a problem yokuthi abantu bebathi I'm tall for a girl. It affected me a lot. Ngangifila ngathi ngazi ngayigamula ngibe a little short because people kept on saying no, you way too tall for a girl. It affects talent until ngafika to a point yokuthi yazini, this is how Christ made me and he knows why he made me this way, so I might as well accept myself. Ngaqala ngafika lapho ngangabi naking and uzubona ukuthi this is the devil planning it. After ngicala kuyi-accept ngoba ngathi abasakhulumi kakhulu. But before it was all I was hearing. Ngisetana wonke umuntu uthi hey khawumuthi ngikuphi. It was like my world is surrounded by people saying this thing. But once I started to accept myself and understanding ukuthi uKristu akalenzi iphutha, he knows why he made me this way. It's for his purpose. And I must trust him enough ukuyithanda ukuthi inkosi ungenze lokho because ungithande kanje wena, which is what it's important. Ngathi mangicala ukuzamukela ngamali ukuthi akunabantu abasakhuluma, but I realized as ngikhulu ukuthi it's because ngafika to a point where ngizamukela khona mina.
Yazi mawuzamukela it feels like wonke umuntu uvela amukela situation.
Yebo na vele bese ngasakhuluma ukuthi
uzamukela yabo. So ngiyavumelana nawe mawuthi that's the work of the devil yabo. Mhlawumbe indlela naye akazama ukubring it
down ngakhona. So in closing, before we go to the verse, I want you to give an advice to a young man, to a young woman who is watching us right now, who is going through the same thing. May it be bullying of the body, of the skin, of whatever it may be. What can you say? Especially for someone who is not a Christian, what can you say?
Be yourself. And ungahawukela izinto ezenziwa abanye abantu, because we're not living the same life. And even nala siphuma khona emakhaya akufanani. Because sometimes ukhani ukuthi izinto izinto abanye abantu mangasho njalo ba affectwa ukuthi abafuna ukunderstanda emakubo labasuka khona. So if mina njengoba ngimnyama nje benginganamali yokuthenga ama cream nani yabo, enezinye ingane ezinayo, and uma ngabe uzoba nendaba ukuthi abantu bathini, you'll never go anywhere. Because abantu bahlale bakhuluma, you do good bayakhuluma, you do bad bayakhuluma yabo. So like everything we do ayikho into enough for abantu. Whatever you are going through and whatever that is happening in your life, just know ukuthi uNkulunkulu ukhona, and akakake athi wena just because wena you this kind okusho ukuthi ne situation yakho usesengayishintsha. I know ukuthi kunjani uphila under ibullying, ngikhuluma ngeexperience. Nganelo kwamukela uJesu mina myself ngendlela ekangenze ngayo, ngakwazi ukuthi ngichubekele phambili. So I think that would help abanye abantwana.
I think just to add kuloko kushoyo, he's a mysterious God. Everything that he did, why ends up because it was necessary.
Exactly.
Everything. Never get to a point where you're like, no, he does not love me enough, that's why he made me this way. He loves us just the way we are. uNkulunkulu onganaphutha noma ngabe iso lakho lila noma ngabe lila akanaphutha. He knows exactly why he made that, why he put that in that place, why he did this, why he is God. He does not make a mistake. So in everything that we're going through, because I think in this phase we're going through a lot. We're going through a lot. It's school, it's this, it's that, it's bullying, it's this, it's peer pressure. We're going through a lot. But having Christ as the center of everything, it makes things much easier, because you are able to close the door and be like, God, I can't. God, this is difficult for me. God, this, God, you are able to have someone that you can talk to. Because sometimes you can't talk to your friend, you can't talk to your mother, ngezinto that you're going through as umuntu omusha. But when you have Christ, you are able to go in that corner and be like, Lord, I can't take this. I can't take peer pressure. It makes things easier. Like he gives us peace that suppresses all understanding. understanding. So I feel like when we're trying to change ourselves, in a way we are saying, God, we don't appreciate the way you made us. And which is, it makes him sad because yena uyazi ukuthi why akwenzeka nje, and usithanda ngalendlela singayo. We don't need to change anything. We don't need long hair. Siyakwenza nje just for ukuthi sizenze sibe bahle. But he loves us the way we are. So I think we're just gonna go straight to the verses.
So 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7 uthi, but the Lord said to Samuel, do not look at his appearance or at his physical stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord does not see as man sees. For man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart.
I love le party la atikona, for the Lord doesn't see as the man sees. Ubona ngendlela yakhe. So that's why we are saying receive Christ as your Lord and Savior, so that whatever you're going through, he sees the heart and he's pleased with that. This everything that we're doing, whether it's makeup, whether it's braids, whatever oyenzile, it doesn't impress him. He cares about the heart, because that's where he dwells. Uthi akabuki njengomuntu, ubuka elingaphakathi yena. That's what pleases him. That's why sithi qala ngaphakathi ukuthi ube happy when. Because if nawe vele unalo kuyijaja la ngaphakathi, asisho ukuthi it's wrong, it happens, we are human beings. But we are saying ukuthi step by step, take it step by step, be happy with who you are, because nawe singablame abanye abantu ukuthi how bayangijaja, bathi ngisidudla, bathi ngimude, bathi nginjanjani. But God is like, but even yourself.
That is what you are saying.
Nawe mawuweda usho njalo uthi Nkosi ungenzeleni ngaso.
Because the most important thing abantu abangayinaki ulimi, what you talk, kunamandla kakhulu empilweni yakho. uNkulunkulu mayesho la akanandaba nokuthi wena ubukeka kanjani. And that's what abantu abaningi abangakunotice. Yabona kufana nale verse lelithi wasenza sonke ngomfanekiso wakhe. Some people will understand. God does not talk about the physical appearance.
Exactly.
If he was talking about the physical appearance, vele sonke ngabe siyadideka because asifanani, yabo.
Ngoba ngabe sonke siyafana, yebo, ngabe sonke masingama yellow bone, ngabe singama yellow bone sonke, yebo. But he's talking about the inside. Ilingaphakathi lethu linguye uqobo. That's why as he cares about what is inside, because what is inside is more of him than what is physical.
Into abantu abayibukayo as a physical appearance, they judge nge-physical appearance, yabo, not knowing ukuthi uNkulunkulu yini akayibekile ngaphakathi, okuyikona futhi uNkulunkulu okuyinto emfanekiso wakhe. Exactly.
So I'm going to read Proverbs chapter 31 verse 30. It says, charm is deceitful and beauty is passing, but a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised.
Okay, lelithi charm and grace are deceptive, and beauty is vain, because it is not lasting. But a woman who reverently and worshipfully fears the Lord, she shall be praised.
Little beauty is passing. And I totally get that, because we grow old. It is passing. But a woman who fears the Lord, if you are someone who praises the Lord, and I think the more the more we dedicate our lives to Christ, the more Christ is able to deal with our inside. So if we give him that chance, if you give him that chance to work, go away, then he's able to access with all the insecurities, with all the bullying, with all what you're feeling on the inside that you can't even talk about sometimes, that you can't even tell other people sometimes, that you just close your room and just cry about it. But when you have Christ, he's able to deal with those things that no one else even knows. He's able to deal with those things. So that's it from us today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it really helps you as you're watching it. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this message with anyone that you feel needs to hear this and needs to be motivated by this. So until we meet the next time, goodbye.